Do you remember the first time you tuned into The Big Bang Theory? From Sheldon's quirky genius to Leonard's lovable awkwardness, the show quickly became a household favorite. But beyond the iconic characters, what about the incredible stars who brought them to life? From their humble beginnings to worldwide fame, many of the cast members have gone on to accomplish extraordinary things since the show wrapped. Let's dive into where the Big Bang Theory stars are now and the surprising new chapters they're writing in their careers. Jim Parsons, the man who brought the unforgettable Sheldon Cooper to life for 12 incredible seasons on The Big Bang Theory, left a mark that's hard to forget. His perfect portrayal of the quirky genius earned him not one, but 4 Emmy Awards, and let's not forget that shiny Golden Globe. After 279 episodes of Bazinga moments, Jim knew it was time to explore new horizons. But don't think for a second that Jim was just kicking back during his time on The Big Bang Theory. Oh no, he was buzzing around Hollywood like an excited electron, jumping into fun projects like The Muppets, who wouldn't want to hang with Kermit, right? And Hidden Figures, where he traded in his superhero t-shirts for a 1960s NASA outfit. He even explored some seriously dramatic waters with roles in Hollywood and Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil and Vile. Talk about range. These days, Jim is still keeping Sheldon's legacy alive by narrating young Sheldon, but he's also stepped behind the camera as a producer, proving his talents extend far beyond acting. In 2024, Jim wowed audiences on Broadway in a play in our town, showcasing his versatility and proving that this Texas boy can do it all. On the personal front, Jim is living his best life with his husband, Todd Spiewak. The couple tied the knot in 2017 after 14 years together, and their love story is sweeter than any physics equation. Remember Leonard Hofstadter? That lovable experimental physicist turned everyone's favorite underdog? That was all thanks to Johnny Galecki. His chemistry with the cast, especially with a certain neighbor across the hall, was so electric that it earned him an Emmy nomination and recognition from the Screen Actors Guild. Not bad for a guy who spent much of his time struggling to climb stairs. Johnny wasn't resting on his laurels, though. No, he popped up in some pretty awesome films, including Hancock with Will Smith and Time with Justin Timberlake and Amanda Seyfried. Talk about a blast from the past. He even returned to Roseanne in 2018, bringing David back to life and giving us all those nostalgic feels. In Johnny's personal life, things have been just as eventful. After a brief romance with his co-star Kaley Cuoco, the two managed to keep their relationship professional and under the radar. These days, Johnny is embracing family life with his wife, Morgan, and the two are proud parents to their little girl, Una Evelina. Before that, Johnny welcomed his son, Avery, with former girlfriend Elena Meyer in 2019. Penny may have started as the waitress next door, but Kaley Cuoco turned her into the heart and soul of The Big Bang Theory. While making us laugh with her perfect eye rolls and witty comebacks, Kaley was quietly building an empire behind the scenes. Not only did she act, but she also hosted the People's Choice Awards twice and launched her own production company, Yes Norman Productions. How cute is that? After hanging up her Cheesecake Factory apron, Kaley exploded onto the scene. She became the voice of Harley Quinn, starred in The Flight Attendant, where she wasn't just the star but also the boss lady producer. She hasn't slowed down since. Kaley's been lighting up screens in shows like Based on a True Story and diving into fun movies like Meet Cute and Roleplay. This girl has more energy than a double-shot espresso. When it comes to love, Kaley's journey has been quite the roller coaster. After a sweet but brief romance with co-star Johnny Galecki, she had a few stops and starts before finding her happily ever after. Now, she's living her best life with Ozark actor Tom Pelphrey, and in 2023, they welcomed their adorable little girl, Matilda Carmine Ritchie. Before Simon Helberg became known as the lovable, quirky Howard Wolowitz, he was already making waves in comedy with his role on Mad TV. However, it was his portrayal of Howard on The Big Bang Theory that truly catapulted him to fame. Who could forget Howard's unforgettable fashion choices, from big belt buckles to tight pants? Simon made the role his own, turning the would-be ladies' man into a sweet and caring family guy, and fans adored every second of it. While bringing Howard to life, Simon also built an impressive Hollywood career. He shared the screen with none other than Meryl Streep in Florence Foster Jenkins and worked with the legendary Coen brothers in A Serious Man. After The Big Bang Theory, Simon continued to shine with projects like Annette, where he starred alongside Adam Driver, and Space Oddity, exploring new territories in film. Off-screen, Simon's life is equally wonderful. He's married to actress Jocelyn Town, and the couple has two adorable children, Adeline and Wilder. Much like Howard, Simon has found the perfect balance between family life and a thriving career. Life truly seems to imitate art in the best possible way. Kunal Nair, best known for playing the lovable and sometimes awkward astrophysicist Raj Kothrapali, brought something uniquely charming to The Big Bang Theory. Whether it was Raj's selective nudism around women or his big heart, Kunal made him a character that fans couldn't help but adore. When he wasn't busy solving the mysteries of the universe, Kunal was keeping busy with a variety of fun projects. He lent his voice to the Ice Age movies and made everyone smile as the glittery guy Diamond in the Trolls films. But Kunal's talents extend far beyond acting. In 2015, he wrote a book, Yes, My Accent is Real, sharing his inspiring journey from New Delhi to Hollywood with the same humor and warmth that made Raj so endearing. Beyond books, Kunal returned to his theater roots, starring in The Spoils, and he took on roles in high-profile TV series like Criminal UK and Suspicion, where he worked alongside the legendary Uma Thurman. Off-screen, Kunal's life is just as fulfilling. He's been married to actress and former Miss India, Neha Kapoor, since 2011. While Raj may have struggled with romance, Kunal has embraced both his personal life and exciting new acting opportunities. In 2024, Kunal continued his busy schedule with Netflix's Spaceman and lit up screens in the teen rom-com How to Date Billy Walsh. Clearly, Kunal Nair has proven there's plenty of life after Apartment 4A. Our beloved Bernadette Rostenkowski stormed into The Big Bang Theory like a tiny tornado of sass and science, and Melissa Rauch made an indelible mark. Starting as a simple Cheesecake Factory waitress working her way through microbiology school, Bernadette became one of the show's most delightful characters. Her high-pitched voice had a powerhouse personality that could make even Sheldon Cooper think twice. Melissa's performance was so incredible that what started as a guest role quickly turned into a main cast position. But Melissa wasn't just making us laugh on TV. She was also making waves in Hollywood. She dove headfirst into the movie world, co-writing and co-producing The Bronze, a film that made such a splash at the Sundance Film Festival. It proved that Melissa was far more than just the squeaky-voiced scientist we adored. Just when you thought she couldn't get any cooler, she voiced Harley Quinn in an animated Batman movie and even penned a children's book called The Tales of Tofu, combining her passion for science with storytelling. Today, Melissa is keeping the laughs coming as Judge Abby Stone on Night Court, proving that good things come in small packages with big personalities. The stars of The Big Bang Theory have truly shown us that there's life beyond the apartment. From Hollywood powerhouses to Broadway stars, these talented individuals have continued to evolve and leave their mark on the world. Who knew that such quirky, lovable characters would lead to such fascinating journeys off-screen? The success of The Big Bang Theory has been so monumental that it even led to a mini Big Bang reunion when Kunal Nair made a guest appearance in 2024. And yes, we definitely squealed with excitement behind the scenes. Melissa Rauch, meanwhile, is living her own version of a fairy tale, happily married to her writing partner, Winston Beigel. Isn't that just the sweetest? Together, they are not only a dynamic creative duo, but they're also proud parents to two little ones, Sadie and Brooks. Talk about having it all. Melissa's energy is so boundless, she could probably power a particle accelerator with it. But seriously, how do we even begin to talk about Dr. Amy Farrah Fowler? Mayim Bialik didn't just portray a neuroscientist on TV, she's actually one in real life. When she joined The Big Bang Theory in Season 3, she brought an undeniable spark to the role of Amy, transforming her from Sheldon's quirky friend into his perfect match. Amy's journey from a strictly logical scientist to a woman who embraced both her intellectual brilliance and emotional growth was nothing short of remarkable. Mayim nailed every single moment of Amy's evolution, from her awkward, socially awkward interactions to that unforgettable wedding scene that had us all reaching for the tissues. But here's the thing about Mayim. She's basically a real-life superhero with a ton of incredible talents. While she was making us laugh on The Big Bang Theory, she was also writing books about parenting and personal growth, all rooted in real science because, of course, she would. She also hosted game shows, directed her own movie, and even created a fantastic website called Grok Nation, where people could discuss the important topics of the day. Oh, and did we mention her podcast Mayim Bialik's Breakdown? She and her partner Jonathan Cohen dive deep into fascinating conversations about the mind and mental health, combining her character's love for brains with her real-life passion for neuroscience. Mayim's personal journey is equally inspiring. After her marriage to Michael Stone ended in 2013, she focused on raising their two sons, Miles Roosevelt and Frederick Heschel, all while continuing to absolutely crush it in her career. Recently, she's found love again with Jonathan Cohen, and together, they are not only romantic partners, but creative collaborators too. What's truly amazing is how she has balanced all of her roles as a mom, actress, scientist, author, game show host, and podcast creator, seamlessly managing to be all of those things and more. Now, who would have thought that the perpetually unlucky comic book store owner, Stuart Bloom, would end up being such a beloved member of the Big Bang family? Kevin Sussman brought Stuart to life in a way that turned him from a quirky recurring character into a full-fledged main cast member. His transformation from a somewhat confident comic book store owner who once dated Penny to the lovable, endearingly anxious friend who ended up living with Howard and Bernadette was fascinating to watch. Kevin made us laugh, cry, and root for Stuart through all of his hilarious misfortunes. Since leaving Pasadena's comic book store behind, Kevin has been on fire in the television world. He's appeared in Better Call Saul and gave a stunning performance in The Dropout. It's clear that Kevin took all the subtle nuances of playing Stuart's complex emotions and applied them to entirely different, multifaceted characters. His guest spot on Call Me Kat with Mayim was like a little slice of Big Bang magic all over again, and his role in Lessons in Chemistry proves that this guy can truly do it all, from comedy to intense drama. Kevin's range is something even Stuart's favorite superheroes would envy. One of the coolest things about Kevin's career is how he's managed to stay so incredibly versatile. Unlike other actors who might get typecast after playing such a memorable character, Kevin has shown time and time again that he can transform himself into a completely different persona for every new role. Whether it's comedy or drama, Kevin's talent and range are undeniable, and he's done it all while keeping that down-to-earth charm that made us fall in love with Stuart in the first place. Then there's Sarah Gilbert, who brought such incredible energy to the role of Leslie Winkle. As Leonard's on-again, off-again love interest and Howard's brief fling, Leslie was the anti-Sheldon, just as brilliant, but with zero tolerance for Sheldon's antics. Their scenes together sizzled with chemistry, and the fact that Sarah and Johnny Galecki already had such great chemistry from Rosen just made those moments even more memorable. Even though Sarah wasn't part of the main cast for the entire series, every single one of her appearances left a lasting impact, with some of the most unforgettable moments in the show's early seasons. Post Big Bang Theory, Sarah has been everywhere. She co-created and hosted The Talk, which felt like having coffee with your smartest, most interesting friends every single day. But perhaps the most exciting thing was seeing her return to her roots as Darlene Connor on The Connors. It was like she never missed a beat, stepping right back into the character and reminding us why we fell in love with her sharp, sardonic wit in the first place. Through personal ups and downs, including her divorce from Linda Perry, Sarah has shown the same strength and resilience that made Leslie such a fantastic character. What's truly impressive is how Sarah has managed to grow in the industry while staying completely true to herself. She's not just an actress, she's also a producer, a talk show host, and an incredibly powerful voice in entertainment. The way she's balanced acting with her other ventures, while being open about her personal life, has been nothing short of inspiring. It's like she took Leslie Winkle's intelligence and confidence and applied it to every aspect of her career. Let's not forget Laura Spencer, who played Emily Sweeney, Raj's delightfully dark dermatologist girlfriend. Emily's character was a fascinating addition to the show, a successful doctor with a wonderfully macabre sense of humor who somehow made perfect sense as Raj's partner. Laura brought a perfect mix of charm and slightly unsettling enthusiasm for the darker side of life, making Emily both mysterious and endearing. While Emily was dealing with Raj's relationship drama, Laura was also juggling a recurring role on Bones, where she brought a different energy to the role, proving she could seamlessly blend comedy and drama. Since then, she's continued to choose fascinating and diverse roles, including appearances in 13 Minutes and Reservation Dogs. Each role has showcased different sides of her talent, reminding us that there's so much more to Laura than just being Raj's spooky girlfriend. What's particularly impressive is how she's made each role distinctly her own, bringing authenticity to everything she does. Even though we might not see her as often as some of her co-stars, every time she appears, it's a reminder of why she was such a perfect fit for the later seasons of The Big Bang Theory. So, from small roles to major characters, every single actor from The Big Bang Theory has gone on to do remarkable things. They've proven that the end of one incredible show can be just the beginning of many exciting new chapters. Whether starring in new shows, writing books, hosting podcasts, or taking on challenging dramatic roles, each one has shown that there's a whole lot of life left after Pasadena.